Alright, well, I guess I'm going to start this episode off all by my lonesome. So we're still getting a little ready. But, Eric, I'm down here at the Jack Brown's for the tap takeover for the Burl. And we are going to enjoy some great beer tonight. We've got some guests that have been on the show before that will be back on the show. So just be prepared for a grand old time. So without Buckeye Jason said he is on the way. Yeah, and I'm messing around with stuff because we're still kind of getting things figured out. So that being said, I guess I will. That way he can maneuver in here easier. So I'll move all this stuff over here. Alright. So make sure everything's on. Alright. So we are down here for the Burl Tap Takeover. And we have, I'm told, we're going to have some special guests on. We have a couple of guys that we met through here that now work for the Burl. One in particular is Sean Nolan, the assistant master brewer there. And it is a fantastic, he makes great beer. Really good beer. So, Buckeye Jason, like I said, says he's running a little bit late, so we'll see what transpires there. So hopefully everybody had a good day, had some rain coming here in Lexington. We are in Lexington, Kentucky, so now I'm being told that we're going to get snow again, and that's going to be fun. But so anyhow, we're going to see what goes on here. If I can get the attention of Giselle or somebody, I'm going to finally order me a beer, I think. So I have to get my notch card to see if I've had the Tango week, which I'm pretty sure I have. So, that being said, we were at Mr. Brew's for Ryan Guys released a Hopdelic, Truthadelic. It's kind of a, I think, triple brewed IPA, the first triple brewed IPA. And I gotta tell you, I'm not an IPA guy by any means, but it was pretty fan-freaking-tastic. Obviously, I think it was supposed to be served in snifters. We actually got it in pint glasses, so let me tell you, you definitely felt the ABV in that. So it was a good fit. I haven't uploaded the video yet because I'm still kind of looking to do some editing on it or try to get some editing done on it. Because apparently there were some things that were said that misconstrued, or somebody may have lied about something. And it's one thing that I kind of take, if they lied about it, I kind of take it serious. So I don't want that to be broadcast. So it might be a day or two before that actually comes to pass. So, with that being said, it was a good time. Scuba Steve stopped by. He brought us some. We got to try the McCool, which was an Irish. It's their version of a Killian Dread. Wasn't one of Buckeye Jason's favorites, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it was a really good beer. Obviously, different opinions, but it still makes everything so good. So yeah, I'm kind of flying blind here for a minute while we wait on. But last night was pretty entertaining. They've got a toy drive going on, so when you go over there, you donate some toys, you get tickets for a raffle. I think they're giving away some Ryan Guys cornhole boards, which I didn't realize people still play cornhole, but anyway, that is one of those that I don't know, we'll just have to see what it's about. But it was a good time last night. We got the food resampled. Turnbuckle Tim was with us the last time. We sampled the hot sauce from Mad Matt. So we resampled them last night. Mr. Brew for some tots. We actually had some food, which we did down here. We had strata with the fries. And it actually made a difference in the taste of the hot sauce. They still had the heat and everything like that, but the flavor was just a little more prominent. It still burnt, but it didn't burn like it burned straight off the finger. So we did that, and we were joined by Slow Count. He's actually driving now, so he actually drove himself to the place, to Mr. Brew's, and dropped off the hot sauces because I left it at the house. Anyway, I won't tell you everything that happened in the episode, but like I said, I do want to try to get some editing done on it, possibly to where some things were said that weren't real. I don't want those to come out and people think that, that's what we do, because that is not what we do. I don't want to go into it, but so we've been talking ad nauseum about Kiss, Stanley and Simmons, the new duo that's out that I'm not sure if Jason is actually digging it in, but I believe I think I'm gonna like it. I was kind of getting the feel for it today, listening to some old kind of Simon and Garfunkel, some old band, Burl Brew, stuff like that, just from the 70s, 80s, just kind of that easy listening stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for the album to drop. If it already has, I need to get up to CD Central and pick it up. But yeah, we've just been doing our thing. We are somebody said 7 or 8 days away from Christmas, and that is absolutely astounding. You can see there's some Christmas stuff going on here, but it just kind of does not feel to me like the Christmas season. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Maybe ever since I got older, but Christmas has always been, from Halloween to Christmas, has been my favorite time of the year. And that's one of those times where nothing really puts me in a bad mood. Nothing really gets to me, but it's that time of year. But for some reason, it just doesn't seem like that time of year. So when Jason gets here, when Buckeye Jason gets here, I'd like to delve into more of this Alabama-Oklahoma talk that we started last night that seemed to be kept getting interrupted on. So I'm kind of anxious, or not anxious, or interested to see what goes on with the game, Oklahoma and Alabama, how it transpired. And we did touch on the fact that maybe Kenny will be the #1 job in Michigan. So, well, all right. Yeah, glad you could join the party, Mr. Helper. He's going to make a run to the head, and I guess he'll be joining. So anyway, when he gets in here, we'll discuss more of the Alabama-Oklahoma situation to see what's what and go from there. But for now, let's just stick this. No, box is ready. Thanks. We're going to stick Godzilla right there so everybody can see him really. And then we'll go into more of the deets for this episode. Make sure I don't lose this. So, but yeah, so my take on the Alabama-Oklahoma thing is that I think Oklahoma's going to beat them. So off the air, we got to talk about some. We're going to have to get this. I'm still using the old because anyway, we'll discuss it off the air. So I'm going. All right, we're talking about the Oklahoma-Alabama game, or I'm talking about the Oklahoma-Alabama game. Huh?
You were saying you were talking about.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I guess I consider me and the fans we. The whole one of them. Thank you, Mom. Love you. So I think Oklahoma's going to beat them. That's the Friday game. What I had wanted to do last night, I wanted to talk about the Friday game, and then tonight we could talk about all the Saturday games. But I guess we didn't get a chance to last night because we kept getting interrupted or whatever. So tonight, I guess we're going to focus on the entire.
Serious about it.
So, well, that's what. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see what's going on. We got. Giselle's behind the bar, and there's James. The Burl, I'm told that the marshmallow s'mores it's a 10.5, but it's a stout, so I'm probably not gonna like it. But it's really good. I've heard that Tango's a Tango wheat, just a brew tango. So yeah, so I guess when we get a chance, we'll get our notch cards and get our beers on. Yeah. So usually we've already got them. So I guess yeah. So, well, I was setting up. So anyway. So here's Ashley. She's meandering around.
Mingling.
Just mingling. She's socializing.
We have a lot of people here trying to see Sean. So.
All right. Well, he hasn't made it in yet, has he?
We were saying we should watch the cameras and watch him come in and have some intro music. We don't know what to play.
That would be pretty cool. So yeah, but so tonight is the Burl Brew tap takeover. Yeah, they brought how many beers did you say?
We have 7.
7 beers. 7.
All on tap, is it?
All on tap.
And then we have with that we have Country Boy double barrel shotgun wedding.
You tapped that when?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Was tapped yesterday.
You're supposed to catch that cue.
Yeah. Anyway. 2 days early.
Oh, I know there was a hit the other locale.
What's in the box?
Oh, that's the hot sauce. He took them to work to let people sample and try them.
I got 3 guys there that are hot sauce aficionados.
And?
Every day. They like it.
I don't know where you work at.
Yoga.
Yoga? The yoga studio? I knew you were all bendy. Like, I knew. But you get so mad at the TV when you're yelling at the football game, but you're just like,
I build cars for a living.
Yeah.
you do what?
He works at Toyota. So when your bumper goes wrong, he's the one to put it on.
Oh, maybe I didn't know that.
We don't know. Yeah. So yeah. So we're in the Burl. I went down to the Burl on Monday and sat with Sean and had their nitro stout. It's fantastic. Yeah, kind of. But I only drank the stout and I had their cold. Yeah, pre-gaming for the party.
Pre-gaming for the game?
Yeah.
So what's with the Bears?
The Bears.
Since when?
Since last year.
Just a bandwagon.
They sucked last year. Now that
They're doing really good this year.
they are doing fine.
Lucky this year.
I'm a Raiders fan, and for years I've been searching for another team. And then last year, when they drafted Caleb Williams, I was like, oh, you know what? I'll give this kid a try. He hasn't he hadn't really made me happy. The Raiders are not making me happy. So.
Beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
Best stadium I've ever seen ever in my life.
That's what they are now. They're
Did
an attraction.
you see the thing that Turnbuckle sent us today about the possibility of the Bears
moving to Indiana. I don't know.
Indiana Bears?
Why you would? Because you're in a city with lots of
Yeah, and they've already got the new stadium planned out.
could have been fake news. I don't know.
Probably. Who
You never know
knows?
what Turnbuckle. Don't shit out there. I didn't get to look into it.
We need to know if this is real news, Turnbuckle.
Yeah, but I did see that, and then I didn't really pay much attention to it. But the other thing is, what did you send? You sent something. What was that? Somebody sent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the chat. Because you had And then, of course, when I got here, I sent you the picture of the leaderboard with the shotgun wedding.
So I got 4 beers on the board.
Nah, I didn't. I focused on the shotgun. I didn't bring the whole board in. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to use that for our beer.
Are we expecting Tim today?
No, he will not be joining us. He had an unexpected trip to Mount Sterling. So, but, yeah, so anywho. So we were talking about the college football playoffs that are going on Friday, Oklahoma, Alabama. I'm picking Oklahoma.
I think the Anheuser-Busch.
That's it.
New Jersey was part of it.
That's it, yeah.
They closed the one in St. Louis, the big one.
Yeah. And out the Newark, New Jersey. They
Anheuser-Busch?
Yes.
And the St. Louis one?
yeah.
There's
So, are we seeing a trend in big beer going down?
I don't know if you say down, it's like, because they were taken over by the German.
Anheuser-Busch one?
So maybe they're trying to take it back over.
Overseas?
Plus, with all the hoopla that Anheuser went down a little bit there for a while. So.
Oh yeah, with the woke.
St. Louis one was their, I think it was their main.
Well, the Newark was around for a long time too. Like 75 years is what it said.
How many more they got left?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying is big beer taking a dip.
Well, let's get
See, I saw that
our
months ago, but when we had visited St. Louis, they said that they weren't closing it down. They were actually building onto it. So, but that was in May.
We never did hear how your trip to Chicago was.
Amazing.
Your concert that you went out
We
for?
went for 3 concerts, one guy, 3 concerts.
You went to all 3?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
We went to
done
the
that
top
with, like,
of the
different
Sears
venues.
Tower. Scared out
Did
of
you
me.
do the lean?
So they didn't have that. They have a cube, and it's a clear cube that goes outside of the building. So you get 90 seconds in this cube.
and it is like on the bottom glass too. So you can
Correct. Yeah. So it's 1.5 inches. My husband's like, it's 6 inches, and I was like, it is not 6 inches. You know. So anyway, we're waiting in line. The line's like 30 minutes long, and I'm like, okay, you get 90 seconds, so we're taking off all the 7 coats we had on, put it to the side, and I'm like, we're gonna do this pose, and this pose, and this pose in 90 seconds. So we get up there, we drop our stuff, I step onto the glass, and I panicked. And I'm like, I can't do it, I can't do it.
No
I can't do it. And he's like, seriously? Like, and he's just like, he's going like this, and we had to take the picture. So we're taking the picture. I'm all terrified. And then he's out there, and he's just like cool as a cucumber, just like. And so I wanted to lay down on it. So I do like this football stance, getting down, and that was my picture because I was terrified. It was so scary, and I'm not scared of heights. But that was scary.
I guess being up
the
that
elevator
far.
was 15 miles an hour. It took like 2 minutes to get up. Less than 2 minutes to get up to the top. And the whole elevator is like a movie. So you watch like this 1.5 minute movie while you're going up, and all of a sudden you're there. And it was a very, very cool experience, totally worth it, but I'm really mad at myself for getting scared up
Excited to
there.
go, and then
I was so excited to go. I went
Oversight.
to the Harry Potter store.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I had so much fun. I nerded out hard in there.
Jenny Wong.
But
Did you get you a new wand?
I got to mess with the wands, yes, but they were like $300.
Whoa.
Yeah, they really wanted a lot of money. I had a butter beer.
Oh, yeah?
I got a chocolate covered, or the chocolate frog.
Okay.
It had
Now,
like
the
the cards.
butterbeer, when you said that was actually country for you? Some of the parts?
Did they have a butter beer?
I think that was said down in Orlando.
Or was it
Universal? Because Universal has Duff's beer was the Oktoberfest with Sam Adams
Okay, same
or
as.
something like that, and then but they said something about there was the country boy had something in the park at
Going down there.
Universal. So
Maybe they,
yeah, and then there was something in Disney too, I think. But I don't know.
So how much did you spend in the hardware store? Basically, everybody.
Oh, in there, but you know, it was very overpriced. So like the butterbeer was $20 for one drink. So I was
You
like,
get to keep the mug or anything?
yeah, I got to keep the mug. And then the chocolate covered frog was $20. And I think I got something like a pen or something, but I think I lost it
Oh no.
on the way back. One cool thing. So after Harry Potter, we went into. I'm very fascinated with bathrooms, especially in restaurants. I think it's like a restaurant. So my husband goes to the bathroom and he's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a two-way mirror in this bathroom." And I'm like, "No way." So I go running to the girls' bathroom to see if there's a two-way mirror. There's not. It's just a basic bathroom. I was like, "Well, this is annoying." There were like 4 people in this bar.
Because the other mirror was two-way looking in on you.
Seriously, yeah, it could have been. It could have been. I didn't think of that.
You're looking at
But okay, so I asked the bartender, I was like, "Hey, my husband says that bathroom's cool. Will you let me in the men's bathroom to check it out?" And he gave me a weird look, and my husband's like,
I don't know, dude. I'm married.
so the guy let me in, and I videoed it, and I'm going in the bathroom. It's like maybe this long, and it's a trough for y'all to pee in. The whole wall was a two-way mirror, and you could watch everybody, anything that's happening in the
In the
bar.
bar. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, "Look, there's my husband. I'm pretending to pee right here." Like, so crazy.
you. I can see that happen all the
So
yeah.
many things could have. Yeah, I was just like, "Ugh." But yeah, the guy held the door open because he's like, "No, there's a woman in here," and they're like, "Why?" And he's like, "She wanted to check it out. Like, we're just showing off our bathroom." And then I walk out, and then there's a couple like ladies that are sitting at the table, and I was like, "That's just so weird," and they're all looking at me like, "You're crazy."
What?
But I have a fascination with like cool bathrooms.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like the restaurant was full, but there was a table right in front of that theater. Would you sit there?
Totally. I would have been. I'd
Their
be
junk
like,
in their
I'd
hands,
be all,
looking out at the world.
or it's doing something stupid. I see you. I see you.
Yeah. No, that would be hilarious.
It was so cool in there. It was a very dark bathroom. And I was like, how do you, I don't know how they did it, but I'm sure there was urine everywhere, but it was a very dark bathroom.
Just don't turn the black light on.
Ah! Yeah, we got stuck in the, on the way back, we got stuck in the airport for a long time. We were exhausted. But we went to 3 different shows. They were all great.
Who was the artist again?
His name's Brendan Kelly. It was the Lauren Times, and he has something he calls War on Christmas.
Okay.
He does a show every December for 3 days.
Okay. Is it always in Chicago?
It's always in Chicago.
Okay.
He's from there, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
The last place is called the Liars Club, so I had a really good time in there. It's like a dive bar, so I'm all looking around, like getting ideas and stuff. The first 2 shows were at a venue called the Metro, and then the last show was at a little, like, it was probably this size, maybe 30 people in there, people that are diehard fans, which my husband is, and he sang on stage, and they made all this fog go on the stage, and he's all, the fog machine's working, like, it was just, you couldn't even see him, there was so much fog going on. The bartenders were really cool, like half the taps didn't work, so they put like Gas X cutouts on the taps and like Pepto-Bismol, and I'm like, what's this? And he's like, they don't work. Like, so we just made weird taps, and I was like, creative, like that's really smart, like I like that. And then it turned into doing shots, because I don't do shots. We did shots. And it was snowing and very cold the whole time. And then came back here and it was snowing.
Snowing, very cold.
Very cold.
You brought Chicago with you.
Yes. Damn. But I love Chicago. I love the food there, the culture, the people. Our hotel room was on the 28th floor, so we got a city view of all the lights.
Yeah. I bet it was like Christmas time.
No gunshots. No, not
that time?
I'm sure there were, but not in the Harry Potter store.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad we had a good time. And you've been back for what? A week now? Week and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this last Saturday, I was recognized at the Lexington Sporting Club. Did you guys see me in my shirt?
Yeah.
It was
I
so
did see that
fun.
picture.
I did not know they were doing that, and they allowed us to go into the VIP area. And they had soup and chicken paninis and grilled cheeses to dip in the soup.
Nice.
It was really cold. It was like 7 degrees that day.
Nice.
A crowd for you there?
A little, very little. It was very cold, so there weren't a lot of people there. But it was still fun to go out there. And then they brought me out, and they had me sign this big banner. And they presented me with a shirt, and I was like, I didn't know you all were doing this. Like, thank you guys. So it's super cool. I wanted to wear it here. And the boss was like, if you wear that shirt here, you're going to ruin it.
Oh.
But it was a really nice shirt. It was like an authentic jersey. That
Did they put your name on it?
My last name on it, yeah. So my son's like, that's mine.
Oh, wow.
My jersey now.
That's hilarious.
Very nice.
Well, that's a cool story.
A lot of
Cool.
yeah.
Benjamin! Come on in, good sir. Good
I'm
sir.
gonna get you guys some beers.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want to start from the top and go to the bottom?
Sure. Well, no, because I think I've had the gold.
You want to start with the bottom?
No, let me do the 1850.
1850?
Yeah.
You want some 1850?
It's the Burl 1850 for the bottom.
Either start from the top or whatever.
Well, you want to do the 10.5? All right.
That's the bottom.
That's at the bottom. She said start at the bottom, go to the top. All
Top,
right.
go to the bottom? Okay.
That's what I'm doing. I can't have the Burl Gold because it's on my
But
nice card.
1850 is not the top. Gold is the top.
I can't have gold. I've already had it on my
Is it on your
notch
notch
list.
card?
Yeah.
I'll start with gold.
You start with gold. I'll do the 1850.
Or whatever. So now on the Anheuser-Busch, they are not closing the St. Louis one, let's close some other ones. Producer Jason's mother.
Yeah, so as you saw, we have Mr. Benjamin Brooks in the house. I invited him down. He's our bourbon. You are? All right, we'll get you on for a minute or two. All right. Yeah, he's our bourbon connoisseur. Really good bourbon. You out of here? St. Horn has joined the house.
Hey man,
Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed
Merry Christmas.
you enjoying the bottle.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Good.
I will. I haven't opened it yet, but I'll
Okay. All right. Well, I've still got my eyes out if he opens it up for another one.
right.
I'll let you know Saturday.
I appreciate that. Did you find a space for the Ace Frehley poster?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the one that has the Alice Cooper. See you, St. Horn. I said see you. Have a good trip. Or be safe. You're not going anywhere to home.
Rambling on.
Rambling on.
Little breaking news for you for those that are NASCAR aficionado fans out there.
Oh, yeah.
The Biff, Greg Biffle and his family passed away in a plane crash.
I heard that. Yeah, that's pretty sad. So,
One more little girl, his wife, and then
yeah.
not sure what happened, but I saw that.
So it's one of those, yeah, that was kind of sad. I'm not a NASCAR guy, but that is terrible.
It's a little older school than probably some of the younger fans. Older fans,
Yeah, like I said, I'm not, NASCAR is, you may as well, like, Greek to me, so it's one of those situations where, yeah, but it's a terrible, the whole family out here.
Yes.
So yeah, wife, 2 kids, and him. So that fucking sucks.
I think he was a pilot, so I don't know if he was a pilot.
He was the pilot, yes, he was the pilot.
Thank you.
The 1850.
Thank you.
And the Burl Brew.
Warren said you guys didn't invite him on the show.
Yeah, he's got an
Really
open,
sad that he hasn't been on the show.
he's got an open invitation anytime to join this show.
Alright, so Burl Gold.
Okay, I'll check it in a minute. See you, Horn.
Crisp. Not too bad. Tastes almost like a Miller or something. Not too bad. I'll give it a. Close.
1985. This is the Burl 1850. 1880s. Where'd you go? 1880s. I'm not sure what style they're going for. They're kind of
older, richer.
well, I mean, it kind of puts me in mind of Achilles or remember Red Wolf? So it kind of puts me, what style is the 1850? Kentucky Cops, okay. It's actually pretty good. It's not bad at all.
Chocolate, caramel, and raisins.
Raisins, that's what I'm, yeah. That's what I'm,
Raisins. Yeah, ways to go. Catch up soon.
that is number 98.
Yeah, you should hit tonight.
Should be hitting tonight. Should be hitting tonight. Okay, so we were talking about the college playoffs. I'm picking Alabama over. I'm picking Oklahoma, Alabama, and I'm picking Texas A&M over Miami. As much as I'd like to see Miami win that game, and I'm picking the other Oregon and
That's not Oregon's gonna buy.
no, Oregon's playing. That's last year. Oregon, I believe, plays Tulane, and James Madison plays. But anyway, Tulane or James Madison, I don't think are going to win their game. I just think they're going to be outmatched.
I think so. We talked about last night. I don't believe St. Madison should have jumped.
13 other schools?
Yeah, 13, 50 other schools, whatever. But
No, I agree.
would I like to see a surprise upset? Why not? Maybe they get overlooked and they come out and they
2 more.
just
So yeah, so that's going to be my opinion. And we know everybody's got one, but I just think they're going to be overmatched. And you know they got what they got last year. They're bringing in 2 schools, just like last year with SMU.
last year was closer because
Arizona State put on a great show when they get
they were higher in the polls, and so was
SMU.
SMU was ranked
Yeah,
in the top 10.
and Clemson. SMU got in because they won the ACC, I believe. And then and Clemson got in because they were in the championship. Were they in because they were in the championship game? Is that how Clemson made the playoffs last year?
Arizona lost.
Arizona State got beat by Texas. But Arizona State also had the bye because they won the Big 12. And then Texas played, that was one of the things. Yeah, I mean, the Texas Arizona State game last year was phenomenal. That to me made the playoffs. And then of
That
course,
made you a Scatterby fan.
well, yeah, but watching Scatterboo all year, seeing the highlights and stuff. But yeah, that game, yeah, I like that kid. So
Right now with a broken ankle.
yeah,
Poor internet connection to see the
they showed him in the tunnel last Sunday. So I guess he's in a boot. But they said it was dislocated. If that was dislocated, he tore every fucking ligament.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, that was horrific to watch. Oh, you trying to get well, you got an iPhone. That's the problem. So yeah, so that they wanted to avoid what they did last year. Well, they went through and repeated what they did last year. We've got two teams that really don't need to be in there.
Yeah, so you got James Madison going against Oregon.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Oklahoma.
You're taking.
I'm taking
Both
Oklahoma.
taking Oklahoma. Taking Oregon.
Yeah.
Then we got. Which Aggies going against Hurricane.
Hurricane, yeah. I'd like to see Miami win that, but I think
I
Texas
think they
A&M.
could.
Depends on which version of Carson
Texas
Beck
A&M,
shows
I
up.
don't know.
What was the last game they played when they got to this?
South Carolina, where they got.
But they came back and won. Then the game after that, they lost.
To Texas.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But they have looked good all year.
So I think depending on what version of Carson Beck shows up.
You got Tulane and Ole Miss.
Now that's going to be an interesting one because Ole Miss is minus Lane Kiffin and Summerall's not with Tulane. He's with Florida.
Right.
So
Two missing head coaches.
Ole Miss didn't really impress me. Like the game against Georgia, they should have won, and obviously Georgia made the comeback and the whole lot. But they haven't had, I don't know. I just Chambliss or whatever the quarterback, he hasn't impressed me at all season. So that one I could probably take as a toss-up, but I'm going to go with Hottie Toddy Rolling Rebel. So, and again, that is all your favorites advancing on to the next round, which, okay. So I think that if the committee wants to avoid this, that you either take the top 12 teams, regardless of conference championships, and do it that way, or because I don't see how, like we talked about, how the American can jump 13 other schools.
It should be your top 12 regardless.
Regardless of conference championships or what.
Because when you do the conference championship, now you get the guy skip 13 other
Exactly.
teams.
Exactly.
And got in. Like I said, you could have a scenario where they play in that championship, they're both 4-1.
Right.
Or,
Well,
both
right.
losing records, and somebody gets in with a.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When you're watching, and I know you're focused on Ohio State most of the year, but you pay attention to other games. If you're in the top 12, pretty much starts off one way at the beginning of the season, and then as the season goes on, it fluctuates. But by 1st of November, those 12 teams are pretty, who's going to be, because 1st of November you got 3 more weeks of your season left. You pretty much know who's going to finish out in the top 12, even the top 15. So if you want
in November, they got 1 or 2 games left.
you know where you stand, where you should stand. So if you take the top 12 team, and regardless of conference championship, let's do that. Or if you're going to do the fucking conference championship, then you may as well just create a 32-team playoff and go that route. Which then you're playing, then you're starting like the bowl games are now going on. You're starting with these lesser bowls, which would be okay. You're still utilizing the bowl game.
It's too many. I don't like that. It should be your top 12 games. If you want to go 16, top 16, 12 games, whatever. Like I said, you can't jump that many spots.
No.
That's not right for all the other teams that have a better record to play better.
Notre Dame. Everybody.
A conference. How many people are in that conference?
I don't know. Yeah. I have no clue. So the thing with that,
Now this is, like I said, this is worse, I would say, with James Madison than last year. Arizona and
SMU.
SMU and Arizona State were both ranked.
Yeah, ranked pretty high.
I'd go with the top 10.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
it wasn't like they were just out of the blue thrown in
No.
with no shot.
And
blah blah blah.
was it-
This is
Who SMU played? I can't remember who they played in the first round. But they got embarrassed. Was it Penn State? They played Penn State, and then Notre Dame is the one that knocked Penn State out. Is that how that went? So that was the thing. It's like you got embarrassed by Penn State, and then Arizona State, obviously, they had to bye. Texas had the lower seed, so they played. Texas beat whoever, moved on. And the game was, like I said, last year, the two best games in the playoffs, Texas, Arizona State, the overtime game, and then the Ohio State Notre Dame game. I mean, it wasn't much of, like Notre Dame actually had a chance to either tie it up when your boy Sawyer intercepted it, made the big run back. And that kind of sealed the deal right there. But those are the two games that were the best games of the playoffs. Everything else was blah.
See, we're getting Alabama working back their way in. Somebody nick somewhere and there's 10 teams in there. Whatever.
You're right. It's 100%.
It's almost as bad as putting James Madison skipping all the teams. Like they skipped everybody. Alabama struggled all year. They barely won some games. They should have blown
and they got embarrassed.
Thank God. Zero penalty off of that.
Yeah.
Like, you lost convincingly, you look horrible, but we're not going to penalize you because we want you to be in the game.
And they got embarrassed by Florida State earlier in the year, and look what Florida State fell off. Florida State was not the dominant team that everybody said. Now, yeah, starting at the first year, but then come the end of the year, when they're dwindling, that is not a power. Like, you got your ass handed to you by 5 and 7 or 6 and 17. So, what does that tell you? Strength of schedule?
That was their first game. Those games, it's hard to say who should be like preseason polls and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm all. We didn't see where your defending national champions were not ranked number 1. Excellent. Somehow.
Yeah.
You have to do that. Your defending champion should always be
But
one coming out.
even though you guys lost 14 players.
Right, well, but still, you were the defending champions in preseason and your first 5 weeks, 6 weeks of the season, don't win anything per se, but
Until you get in the
you still want to
conference.
be ranked on. I mean, there's like it's be all end all. If that guy is your champion, is the automatic first seed going.
I mean, I agree with that.
Until we're another one. I mean,
Well,
you should be. You're number 1.
Well, they always say you're still the champion until somebody beats you.
Just a reason.
So yeah. So I agree with that.
But overall, the rankings in here,
They don't. I don't.
we could have come out featuring 14 players and yada yada yada. We had a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. We could have come out and done shit. It's hard to say.
Yeah. No, you're right. I agree.
But
Like,
yeah, by November, you are what you represent.
yeah, the top 12 is usually set by mid-November, or at least the top 15. So if you want to increase it to 16 teams, well, there you go. But still, even if you increase it to 16, James Madison wasn't the 16th team; they were the 25th. So they still would have jumped 9 other teams, or 9 other teams to get there. So still, how do you do it?
It's a money thing to make them happen. Like, who cares about them making them happen? They need to step up. Just because you're in the, Division 1 doesn't mean you get a, maybe you just follow it.
Right.
If you're in a shitty conference, I don't know what's their record.
James Madison? Yeah, I have that.
It's like be undefeated or something.
I don't know if they're undefeated. They may have one loss, maybe. I don't know. But that's one of those situations where it's, I don't know. I can't really get behind that. Like you said, it's the.
I'm stuck on between that and the Alabama. Madison should have it. Alabama should have it.
So are you putting Notre Dame in there?
Who else would be the second guy? I might skip Notre Dame just because they
Still, even though James Madison still would have even.
I wouldn't go James Madison, but I don't know if I'd go Notre Dame.
Okay.
Let me see who the first one.
Texas maybe did. So it was Texas and Notre Dame the first two out.
And I would probably now. Can't always go by total record, but Notre Dame played solid, which they played, but they don't play. Notre Dame is getting confidence. They're kind of motion, they get, and they're getting some deal worked out where they get in no matter what.
Well, they're playing under the ACC rule or something like that. They're because their basketball team was associated with the ACC. The football has ACC ties, I think, but they're not officially a member of the conference.
Yeah, they get trying to get a special treatment and they do shit like this where they opt out or they're upset they didn't get in, then play somebody. Maybe somebody's conference championship. Notre Dame and BYU were 11.
BYU, that's who the other one was. And BYU playing in their championship game, and
they were 11 to the
yeah. So I think BYU should get in over Alabama.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely over Bama. And then I would have put Notre Dame in over a Tulane or a James Madison. Notre Dame's ranked in the top 12, 13,
They're 11.
They were 11. So they were one of the top 12. So this is the criteria. 12 best teams. They were the 11th best team in the nation. So I'll put them in over at James Madison and BYU over in Alabama, and then maybe Texas wasn't even in. Texas wasn't even in the top 15 later. By the end, they had 2 or 3. Yeah. So
there's 3 games.
you're not in consideration, especially you're getting embarrassed by your conference.
You didn't drop a spot after getting embarrassed.
Yeah, that's
like magically.
Yeah.
You stayed in your spot and squeezed. ESPN squeezed you in. You're the almighty SEC.
right. But so that's one of those. That's the take that I have on the college football playoffs. So that being said, what are your thoughts on the big game on Saturday noon? UK versus St. John's.
Your game you've been looking forward to.
My game.
What are the rankings?
St. John's is either 22nd or 23rd, I believe. So, I know everybody's got this soft spot for Patino, but I think Patino really wants to win. And I know he has high praise in regard for Mark Pope, but I don't think he's going to lay down.
Oh no, he's going to win.
And this was certainly. Hi Giselle.
Hello, darlings.
Can I get a tango wheat?
Tango wheat for you? Okay.
St. John's got a whole team. Well, here we get into the Kentucky fandom. UK struggling. They were ready to fire.
2 weeks ago. Like they were ready, they were filming a lynch mob.
And it's like,
Well, that's what I'm
he's the
saying.
guy you want to protect. That's what everybody says.
Is this your hundreds?
Nope, this is my 99.
Okay, so next one. All right.
Next one.
All right.
So, all right. So as we all know, we talked a lot about the Kentucky fans being psycho. Yes.
They're all in or they're all one game, one loss, fire the coach. The next game they win, we're national champions.
Well, so that's where I was going. So national champion, they beat Purdue in an exhibition game, We're national champions. We're the best thing going. We just beat the #1 team. Then you lose to Georgetown. What the hell are we doing? I'm like, what? It's exhibition. Who gives a shit? Let's wait and move on. And then, of course, then you had, you know, they go on their run. And then, of course, the North Carolina game. They lose that by 3 points. It's like, so what? You lost to North Carolina? No, you can't lose to North Carolina. What the fuck you can't? North Carolina's got better talent than you.
The thing is, Kentucky still has not put a full complement on of those guys. The one guy's good. He's checked out. He's got his money. People told him to stay hurt. He doesn't stay hurt. He's going. Which here's my thing. If you don't play all fucking year, the projection to go whenever the fourth pick should fall.
Well, and also that would go with the fact that we're paying your school. So if you don't play while you're here, and then you end up going, all right, you owe us, out of that NBA check that you're about to sign, you owe us X amount of thousands of dollars.
I might take on all the NIL deals. You pay the school back first.
Yes.
As soon as you get some money,
you
pay your school.
you pay the school back.
The school doesn't even pay for it. No, I know. And everyone will be like, no, they deserve that. No, you got the money. You did deserve that. That's what you got was your free schooling, your free education, your free medical, your room and board, and whatever. But now you've forgone that for your name. You like this money.
Yep.
So why am I paying you another salary?
Yeah,
it's a business, isn't it?
You're absolutely right.
I'm not going to pay your salary, your double salary.
So that's the big game tomorrow, and I'm wondering how many people will lose their mind if St. John's wins. Because you've got this bravado going on.
It's, like I said, it's Kentucky. You lose a game, fire the coach, sucks, and then you can win. They can play a double. They can play one game, lose, the worst thing ever, play somebody else, they know who it is. It could be Bob's school or one. They win that game, they're national champions.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's the fandom of Kentucky.
That is absolutely right. So
this is a guy who played, he loved it, he played. He came in here, he's all about Kentucky. He loves the school, he loves the program, he's going to run it right. Give it a chance. You know, this little thing we come in one season makes or breaks you. Like, this is his second season and his second new team. Now, granted, last year he had some returning players that knew the system that he brought in that were old. And now he's had to go to some younger guys, but it's still all new people.
this was the season. I think you said it. This was the first. This is last year's season. These are the growing pains. This was. They were playing with house money last year.
And this is the world we live in now with NIL. Every year, you're turning over.
Yeah.
You've got to hit. There's no room to miss the guy. Because now you're paying them blah, blah, blah. It's like, before we brought in a player, so let's say,
What are you drinking now?
I had to go over there.
Good old German lager.
I had the 1850.
Okay, the common.
Yep.
Yeah. We're working on that recipe. Yeah,
It was pretty tasty.
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So
We don't think it's there yet. We're working on it.
this is Mr. Benjamin Brooks. He and I work together at my other job. This is Sean Nolan. He is the assistant head brewer
Assistant at the
at the Burl. He brews the beer. Let me get this out of your way. So, this man dabbles in bourbon. And he worked for Woodford Reserve for a while.
Oh, sweet.
So he brought for Christmas. He did a little home thing or whatever, and got me a little sample of it, and it was pretty freaking good.
It's just a little sweetened. It's a Christmas whiskey I make every year. It's a 21% rye whiskey.
He's a rye guy.
I love rye.
High rye.
Whenever I first made it, I gave it to people, and not everybody enjoyed it because not everybody likes rye. So to make it Christmassy, I age it in 6 apples and cinnamon. So it kind of has more appley taste than cinnamon. The last thing I want is another Fireball out there. I don't want that.
No, of course not.
Yeah. So
syrup.
Yeah. The Fireball is a lot less ABV than this. What I gave you all was like 90.
It had some heat to it, but very tasty.
Yeah,
the cinnamon really came through.
It did, but I used less cinnamon this year, more apples, because I don't want. The main reason is because I want everybody to enjoy it, So it's not something I would drink every day. It's just something nice for the holidays. So, but
it was really nice.
You didn't bring us any sample?
Huh?
You didn't bring us
Well, he only gave me it was literally like a
I can bring you all a sample if you want.
That's like the idea.
All right, there you go.
stingy bastard.
Mold cider.
Like
mold cider, we heat up cider, put some cinnamon sticks and stuff in that. It's not, you're not drinking it every day.
No,
a couple times a year. It's
this
one of
is
the best
something
things
it would. Honestly, after like 1 or 2 sips, it's like, this isn't something I would drink every day. It's something that I would. It's just nice for the holidays.
Holiday party.
Yeah, and I give it to friends and family just because I want everybody to enjoy it. Not everybody likes rye. Not everybody likes whiskey in general. So try to bring it in there, and the color's great. I use it's a level 2 char, so just put it in a mason jar, level 2 char for a few months until it gets the color that I want, and then age it for. I think I aged it for 4 weeks and apples and cinnamon. So
it was very tasty.
So altogether, how long did it take you?
It usually takes me about 9 months, give or take. So it's really small. I make about a gallon every year, so it's not much. The apples, the leftover apples, everybody always asks, what do you do with the leftover apples? I gave them to a program manager at work outside of work. And she made these dumplings with the apples inside, and I warned her 3 times, listen, do not open this in your car because it's just straight alcohol.
You will smell it. You will smell the booze.
So her exact quote was, when she got home, she opened it up, she goes, oh, that smells lovely, and she took a bite, and apparently she fell on the floor. So it's very strong.
Apple pie might come out of it.
We tried that one time, and you have to, because there's so much alcohol, it didn't get it. He actually asked me about this, and what I told her was, I was like, you need to mix it up. You need to do half apple pie, just regular dough, and then the other half, and just slowly do it because the alcohol is so high, it's not going to bake. So she tried a bunch of different things, but she made these little dumplings and mixed half regular apples with it to try to take out some of the alcohol. But she's like, my kids asked me for some, and she goes I was feeling a hangover the next morning just from the one apple. I was like, I warned you. So
wow.
Yeah.
So Sean had his, I guess your first official came out with the Nitro Stout. That was
right.
you.
That's right.
So I stopped by on Monday because I've been hearing great things about it. Of course, I always said when his first beer came out, I wanted to, dude.
Is it good?
It is.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah. So there's a. In the brewing world, there's only so much literature that you can really work off of. It's very similar to distilling, where people don't really talk about, if you figure something out, you kind of keep it close to your chest, especially if it's good. Nitro is a world in America where I don't think a lot of people do it particularly well, except for a couple of the big guys. And there is a way that you can find in books and online of how to nitro a beer. And I have tried it, and every brewer I know has tried it, and it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work every time. It seems like it's going to work, and it doesn't work anymore. You'll pour 1 pint, it'll look okay, and then you'll pour another one, and it's not right. And so I was like, before I got this job, I'd been thinking about it for like a year, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. The way they're telling us to do this doesn't make any sense. And I asked every brewer in town, and they were all like, yeah, we tried it too, it doesn't work. And I came up with this whole new way to do it. And I was lucky enough to go to the Burl, and they were nice, kind enough to buy me some equipment that I wanted to buy. Not super expensive, but you know, outside of the norm.
I'm doing the Drifter.
Please. And you know, it fucking nailed it. Like first try. It came out of the tank. We hooked up like a nitro tap to the tank, pulled it off. We were pouring perfect pints after about like an hour of work.
I'm telling you, he poured it, and I think I sent the picture in the chat, and it was a thing of beauty. And it was like, I don't want to drink this.
Yeah. So I know you can't share everything, but like, how is yours different than others that failed? I guess.
Well, it looks like a Guinness.
Oh wow.
I guess like in my mind, I guess, because Guinness is my favorite beer, even as a craft brewer. Like it's my favorite beer to drink. I can drink it all day. If I had to give up every other alcoholic beverage on the planet, I would stick with Guinness. The way that you see it poured. And the cascade and the perfectness of it. I think there's something special. There's something really special about that, and it's also the bar. You know, like if you can be as good as the most well-known nitro pint on the planet, then you did all right. Oh shit, that's funny. And I think we did it. I was timing it because I know how long it takes to pour a Guinness. You know, so I was stopwatching it, and I was adding nitro in a solution until the pint reached.
I was going to say, did you do halfway like an old Guinness and wait?
Of course, and I was doing the whole, and we got it all to a certain point, capped it, kegged it, boom, like immediately, just like took that version of it, put it into a keg, and then we've been pouring it ever since, and sure enough, it looks like the pint.
So how do you compare it to Guinness?
So Guinness uses a lot of roasted barley, almost entirely for like the flavor. I don't use any roasted barley. I didn't think it would compare well, like in the Kentucky market. I thought people would be more interested in like more chocolate flavors. I just didn't think people would be interested in like a roasty flavor. So I made like
chocolate malt.
So I use a lot of chocolate malt, chocolate wheat malt, things like that.
Oh wow! So it's kind of sweet.
It's not sweet, but it has the impression of being chocolate. But it actually finishes at the same pH and the same gravity as Guinness.
It is phenomenal. Like we're going over there.
It's like Guinness without the roast. To replace the roast with chocolate.
We're going over there.
So how do you
What's
feel
the ABV on it?
4.2.
Wow, it's low.
Yeah.
Wow.
I told him, I said,
wow.
I tried to clone it
and I love
replace one of the flavors. And I actually first tried.
This blew both of them out of the water.
So it's funny.
I put it above Guinness.
I went to school overseas with a guy who was from Ireland. I go see him every year. And this year, he messaged me. He goes, so I got a surprise for you. I was like, what's up? And every year he says this. He's like, I got a whiskey you should try, or I got a beer you should try. He goes, I'm moving to Austin, Texas. I was like, you're going from, so he's originally from Ireland. They've been living in Edinburgh for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And his wife just got transferred to Austin, Texas.
Wow.
And so he's like, yeah, I'm moving to the States, and this guy will deny it 100%. He's a secret American. He's out there shopping for an F-150. I mean, he is a secret American. He will never.
Sure.
He's
got a North Face jacket.
So he came for his honeymoon and did the southern route. We met him in Nashville. The only thing he wanted to do was go to a gun range.
Of course.
And I got him like a full American shirt and everything. He shot a 50 cal. He was like, he's like, dude, this guy, like, I swear he was like foaming at the mouth.
America!
I was like, you can deny being American all you want, but you are a secret American. Now he and his wife and his little kid just moved to Austin, Texas, and he searched every Irish pub they found one that poured the perfect pint of Guinness. And it's so hard because you'll find Irish pubs that'll pour the Guinness and they'll just fill it all the way up. You're like, that's not right. But I would absolutely love to try that.
Please come by.
This sounds good.
Please come by.
I was under the impression that Guinness came out to every bar and showed how to do it right.
Yeah, so the Guinness company owns the distribution company in Ireland. So one of the main distributors in Ireland is the Guinness company. They own that corp. And so if they distribute to your company, you also can't sell things that are outside of the Guinness, like
Diageo
house. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's right. Exactly. And so those guys come out. They clean your tap lines once every 2 weeks. Twice a month. You know, that's incredible because that does not happen here in the States. Those lines are clean. If you're pouring Guinness, it's clean. And you know a place that's really serving really good Guinness because those lines are impeccable. They're keeping really good care of everything. Everything's super clean. The Guinness company really does take pride in a different way than the craft beer industry in the States takes pride in its products.
You don't know what pride is until. So, have you actually been to the brewery yet?
I have, yeah.
Have you seen the floor?
I have.
Man, have y'all been there yet?
Where?
So Guinness,
St. John's Gate.
the guy believed in it so much. So the Guinness Storehouse is actually what it's called. Is the tallest building in Dublin. It's 9 stories, I think it is. And you walk in, and Arthur Guinness believed in his product so much he signed a 9 or 7? 9,000 year lease. Unheard of at the time. He's like, dude, you're gonna be dead by the
What is
I
it?
mean, everybody's gonna be dead.
What is it, $15 a year or something?
Something like that. And they still honor it to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, they still pay like €15 a year or whatever.
And
That's hilarious.
If you ever actually go to Dublin, not just Dublin, but Ireland in general, they transfer Guinness in what look like our gas trucks. That's what they transfer it in.
Yeah.
And you will never find a proper pint of Guinness than Dublin. I mean, it's just phenomenal. But I do love Guinness, so I would love to try that.
Off the beaten path in Dublin, definitely take your time. It's not actually that expensive to go there.
No.
My wife and I went there for a honeymoon. We spent 2 weeks there. I think I had 500 pints of Guinness in 2 weeks.
Well, plus Dublin, so Guinness is cheaper than a bottle of Coke.
So Ireland?
Yeah, so everybody you see at lunchtime over there, it's not uncommon for people to take lunch and have a pint. So, and my wife doesn't really drink beer, but my wife is like, you know, we did the whole DNA test, all that. She is definitely more Irish than anything. And
Our Gravy Gator is drinking their 300 beer. Give them a round of
hey,
applause.
Eddie, don't play. That's hilarious.
Jesus.
That is hilarious.
But yeah,
They are
so,
pretty good.
but like, my wife and I went over there in 2017 and then 2020, 2021, and all that. And like, Coke is like a pound, well, over there is like €1 2.50 or something, and a pint of Guinness is like €1.85. Like, it's cheaper to drink Guinness.
That's hilarious.
So yeah.
Well, Sean, he was nice enough. I walked around the brewery with him, and it's not big. But like the cleanliness.
I told him, man.
Yeah, he's the one that said when you're brewing or doing that, it's mostly
That's
clean.
the very first thing I look at. I don't care what the beer tastes like. I don't care what it looks like.
But
as soon as I walk in, I look at the floors. I look at the equipment. If it's not clean, I'm like,
I'm out. But he told me something, and they are experimenting or trying to emulate the water of the beers that they're going to make.
oh wow.
So if you want to check, what was it you were saying, the Czech lager or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
They will research the water composition and because we spoke about the Guinness.
All the water in the brewery is reverse osmosis.
RO water, yeah.
So we were talking about Guinness, and it's always like the number one thing I always hear about Guinness is in the States it tastes different than it does. And it
does, yeah.
Everybody says it's because of the water. So I think that's brilliant. You're going to try to emulate the water.
There are so many people that have come up to me. So I'm in whiskey overseas for a while, and and over here, there's so many people that ask me like, "Oh, the secret ingredient is the actual ingredients," and for me, it's not. For me, it's the water. The water is the most important thing because when you're making whiskey, beer, whatever it is, your number one main ingredient is water, and so many people don't realize that. So
If your beer is a 5% alcohol beer,
yeah, think about it.
probably 92% water at the end of the day.
There's so many people that don't realize, and I gotta hand it to you. So when I went to school, about 80% of our class were all making beer. I was one of the ones that wanted to make whiskey, and there were so many guys that tried to copy Guinness, and they're at home, they're in their flats, they're in their apartments, and the only thing they have to cool their keg is the bathtub. So they're filling up their water. They're filling up the water into the bathtub, putting their homemade keg in there, and trying to cool the water down because you have to let it ferment. And they're letting it sit there and sit there. I say keg, but it's not a keg, but they're letting it sit there for however many days, and they have to get the exact temperature. And they're sitting there telling their wives, their spouses, "Hey, don't let this get above, 72 degrees Fahrenheit or something." And the the wives have to go in there and measure it. It's like, so, but there's so many people that tried to make a coffee Guinness and ended up just making a lager because it was so much easier. So,
Well, come try mine.
yeah.
Launch it, gentlemen.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I got a couple other people to see.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I appreciate you stopping by, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
You're in the auction in a second.
I am. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I've heard this commercial on the radio a lot lately. Kentucky limestone water.
Yeah.
They're like,
Clean water.
drink, pour bourbon straight. Drink
Oh, yeah.
now, put the water in, swirl around, drink it.
Yeah.
That's bourbon.
And
To me, that sounds like a watered down bourbon. Does it make it taste any better? Is it,
So
why am I adding water to my bourbon?
there are a lot of people, I've seen so many different reviews of people saying, well, you're going to take your Glencairn glass, is what they call it, and you're going to pour the whiskey in, and you're going to throw it out. And then you're going to wash it out and throw it out. So many different things. I say to each their own. Everybody's different. I personally don't put water in my whiskey unless it's a really bad whiskey. However, I do have a lot of friends that make their own stuff, and I always try it 3 different ways. I try it neat with a single drop of water and then an ice cube. I always try it 3 different ways just to give them the full expression. And I had a buddy from work who gave me a sample. He wouldn't tell me what it was. He says, this is a sample of something. I can't tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you the price. I'm not going to tell you where it's from. I'm not going to tell you if it's bourbon. I'm not going to tell you if it's single malt. And he's like, I want your full-on, just honest impression. It took me 3 days, and I use a scale of 0 to 100. And I gave them a 73, which is not good. That's a D. And I said, listen, this is either really high ABV or a really young whiskey, whatever it is. It's one of the two. I tried it neat, and I can't really get it down because there's so much alcohol. Like, there's no taste to it. So I tried it with a drip of water. Didn't really change anything. Ice cube made it so much better. And so I told him everything. I was like, listen, on the nose, it's phenomenal, which makes me think that it was young. But the taste, every time I tried it, was terrible. So I ended up giving him a 73 out of 100, which is a D. And he's like, so that was a $200 bottle of bourbon. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna change that. He goes, no. He's like, I want your honest opinion. And then he gave me another one, and well, not him, but someone else gave me another one. And I don't particularly like smoky whiskey, but when it's really cold outside, that's when I'll have it. I couldn't get over the smokiness no matter what I tried, so it's really hard for me to give them a taste. Or an actual score, so I gave them an NA. And I was like, listen, it's just too smoky, I can't. And it was, to this day, one of the smokiest whiskeys I could ever try. Like, I just couldn't get around it, and I was like, that's just too much for me. So, but I'll never knock down a bourbon, I'll never knock down a single malt, I'll never knock down a whiskey. Everybody likes their own. If you like it with water, add water. If you like
I've
it,
never heard
you
of
know.
people putting water in it.
Yeah.
I've seen people with ice.
Yeah.
Mix with Coke, whatever. I've never heard somebody say put water in it.
I blind taste tested Buffalo Trace and Benchmark. Okay, and this was like my first, when we were younger, Jim Beam maker, that was what was available. So I chose Benchmark because it did not have that back burn. It didn't burn it all the way down. And I got made.
Smooth.
So I got made fun of. Oh, you don't know shit. All right, whatever. Well, then so everybody, I work at, where I work. I'm part time, and everybody comes in. They want the Blantons. They want this. They want that. So I'm like, what the fuck is it about Blantons? So one time we got the baby Blantons in, $12.99 for the baby.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? $12, I'm gonna try it. So I reached out to this is years ago, several years ago. So I reached out to my buddy Andy, and he told me, he said, put a splash of water. That's how I take mine. I went, all right. So I poured it in a rocks, like I had a rocks glass, and I went to the bottle of water, and I went, like a splash. No, I'm like, god awful taste. I didn't even finish it. It was just terrible. Wow. It burnt the whole, like, from start to finish.
So what are you hoping with the water? It takes the burn out?
I guess.
So the water affects whiskey in different ways. It all depends on the actual whiskey. I've had it increase it the burn. I've had it decrease the burn.
So that maybe that's what it did for me.
A lot of people so whenever you're actually doing the full-on taste test, first thing we usually do is the nose test. We will see how it actually smells. A lot of people will get caramel, toffee, leather, things like that. They'll get all these different smells. And once you add water to it, it changes it completely. But you never want to add water to it whenever you're doing the actual smell test. Once you do the taste test, you always want to try it with a little bit of water to see. Sometimes it will increase your actual senses because it will actually break it down. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I will say Blanton's. I like Blanton's. It's not my number one go-to. I have so many people that work that ask me, what's your number one go-to? I've said it for years. $17.92. It's a simple wheat whiskey. It's $28 a bottle. For me, it's about money. Like, I want a good whiskey, but I'm not going to pay $90 for a bottle of whiskey, So, now what is funny is I have an uncle down in South Carolina who always asks me, hey, if you're coming down, can you see what Buffalo Trace has? He loves E.H. Taylor. I love E.H. Taylor. Probably my favorite thing that Buffalo Trace.
Single barrel or the small batch?
I'll take whatever they got, but their rye, their E.H. Taylor rye is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And so we decided to do a blind tasting. So okay, I'm gonna pour each of these. I want you to give me your full honest opinion on each. So we did E.H. Taylor, just the regular small batch. We did Travelers, Woodford Reserve, and then Barstown Bourbon Origin Series, 4 whiskeys. What do you think came in first place? And there were 4 of us tasting.
Bardstown
Bourbon came in first place. Barstown Bourbon, Travelers came second, E.H. Taylor came third, Woodford Reserve came last.
Wow.
And it wasn't always the same, but the very first choice, everybody, was Barstown Bourbon. It's just the way, and the thing is, everybody's going to have different taste buds and everything, but I love Barstown Bourbon. It's a phenomenal whiskey, but yeah, for me, if I'm going to go to Buffalo Trace, I'll grab E.H. Taylor all day long. Most people do the blends for the horses, and they want the letters and all that, Although, did you see the Buffalo Trace just now had got Weller 107 on rotation?
Yeah.
$60 a bottle. So, it's really good. I love Weller. It's good.
That's one of the ones that is hard to find.
Yeah.
It was at the time it was only being released twice.
Yeah.
Same time as the Weller 12.
Outside of Buffalo Trace, it's hard to find it for less than $140.
Yeah.
So
when Kroger gets it in, it's probably 70, maybe $70.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen a bottle like that come in for several years now. But
that's the joy of living 20 minutes from there. I have so many people that message me, hey, can you go there today, see if I can run this? So if you ever need it, let me know.
I'll definitely hit you up.
Yeah.
But I thought you'd get a kick out of talking to Sean.
I would love to try that.
So that's when I went Monday, and he's going to get us in touch with the owner of the place. She just had a baby, so we're going to start maybe going down there once a week. But if you're not busy next Monday, let's go down.
Not this coming Monday or the Monday after that? The week of Christmas or the week after?
The week of Christmas.
All right, I'll be down in South Carolina.
All right, so then we'll do it. So then we'll do it the week after Christmas.
Yeah.
And we'll go down there and we'll do the nitro stout, which you might.
Have you had that yet or no?
I have. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's not a stout guy.
I'm not a serious business guy.
He's not a dark beer guy.
So what do you like, lagers more than anything, or IPAs, pilsners, or?
What beer do you want to notch with?
Yes, I want to get the Burl Gold, please.
Gold. But you said you already had it on your list.
I looked. I did not see it.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Well, all right, give me the mango.
Mango?
I know the mango's not on
The
there.
mango smoothie?
Is that what it is? The mango smoothie? All right, yeah.
Burl Mango?
The Burl Mango. Yeah.
I'm good right now. Thank you. I'll give you that one. Thank you.
So I went Monday, and it was. I wanted to catch up with Sean because ever since he was here, he and I have kind of connected over music, talking beer, stuff like that. He's a really, really good guy. And not gonna lie, ulterior motive is I want to tap him to make a beer for us.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
That is my goal. So I want him to be the guy to bring the Brewery Boys beer into existence. Yeah.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
I would be so honored to have, because everybody speaks highly of Sean and you taste it.
Talk about what kind of beer.
Huh? Well, that's the thing. It's like, obviously, we have to get on the same page.
So it's not going to be a stout.
Right. I do not want to just focus on one. We'll do one, and then I'd like to see.
Are there beers that you all agree on 100%? Like a style of beer, Pilsner, Lager, Porter.
I think lager. He won't drink a porter either, right? That's a dark. So
Okay.
I think we've been spot on with the lagers. And
What's your go-to beer usually?
For Richie, I think there's probably a Corona or a
Modelo? You drink a lot of Modelo for a while.
I'm starting nicknaming you Dominic Toretto over there.
Yeah. But they had.
Can't stop family.
I like sitting by the pool and have a nice.
So that was another one Sean said. The Modelo actually has a red label. And I think it was Sean that said that. Somebody said there was a red label. I've never had it. I've never had it.
Oh, Sternbuck was talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, but yeah,
In
so
the dark, I have not seen the red.
no, I've seen the regular and the negative.
Doing this, I've branched out a little bit. Hazy IPAs are not too bad because I do like citrus flavor.
Yeah, I love
Like I
IPAs
said,
in general.
I am a summertime, relaxed by the pool beach. I want that feel all the time. Like
So-
the darker beers, you like winter time, but you just
Yeah.
So, what was your thought on the Truthadelic last night? That's the Ryan guys released their 3.
Oh man, I had a Ryan guys the other day. I sent him a photo.
truth?
Of it.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, he. What was it? 3 times brewed? 3 times?
Strippadelic, yeah. It was better than the hazy they had, but it still was.
And they're out of Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
They're right. Yeah.
I was not.
Man.
It wasn't.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
okay.
Gator! Gator don't play!
Gator don't play. Drink his 300 beer.
300 beers! Good, how are you doing?
Gator don't play no shit.
Catching Gator on the way to the bathroom, sir. We're doing the. So you guys drink your 300 beer.
400th, actually.
Hey, congratulations.
All right.
That's awesome.
This is Gator. This is Ben.
Good to meet you.
Gator don't play no shit. There you go. That's it. I pity a fool.
I can make some iced tea, herbage tea in there. It helps, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your final beer, the 400 beer?
I got the Burl Tango.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't normally like a sour.
Yeah,
It
it's
normally
kind of
puts me
cold
off
for a
a little
sour,
bit.
yeah.
But
It wasn't
Don't drink
overwhelming.
it, Adam.
it
You
was
can use it.
delicious.
Okay.
Surprisingly, it doesn't have too much lactic in it, so it doesn't like hurt, or it does like that lemon pull on your mouth.
So
But it wasn't that, so it was nice.
if you were to choose a beer, I haven't asked y'all this, but I kind of want to know. If you were to choose a beer to have for the rest of your life, not a brand, but a style, what would it be?
I know.
We have a really big night tonight. We have our very own Brewery Boys broadcast.
Hello.
And Eric is drinking his 100th beer.
Here's to the Notch
There
Club.
you are. You gotta clink before you sink it. Come on. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
though.
that is a tough one. I've asked that in a lot of different places, and there are certain people that have said like, "Oh, lager," because
That's why it's boring,
I don't know. For me, like,
Caramely.
I'd probably do
That's got a little bit of
maybe
the.
like a pilsner because it's kind of good.
It's good all
year round.
all year.
Yeah.
Pilsner, lager, somewhere in there.
You gotta do something safe.
Yeah.
I'm going with a stout
Stout. All
You want to
right.
have a stout all year.
all year.
I
I can
I would
drink.
say my first choice would be an IPA.
I can drink.
Pretty. There you go.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic now. Yeah.
No, alcoholics go to meetings.
Those are quitters.
Thank you. That's awesome. Worked long and hard at this.
Well, you came in many a
A
day.
little farther tracks my drinking.
I would say, I don't know. I love IPAs because you get drunk faster.
I'm gonna say right? You only have to do 2.
There you go.
So 5. That's
There you
not
go.
bad. I'd say in any IPA.
Yeah.
I like them all year round because you can kind of change it a little bit for winter. You can change it for summer. You can do more fruit. You can do less fruit. I like the haze. It always has a nice
You
flavor.
can do hazy, citrus, whatever you want.
Yeah, there's a little bit of funk.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sour. You can go either way.
I would say my second choice would probably be a stout, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you get more ABV out of it. They're good. They're really heavy. I mean, I don't know.
I'm saying real heavy in the summertime. I just can't.
A lot of
It's by the
times,
pool with the stout, or on the beach with the stout. Just insane.
You look kind of like a psycho. I'll be honest.
You know what?
This on the beach? Come on.
You went from Dominic Toretto to Lana Del Rey over here. Summertime sadness.
but I mean, it's just the stouts are. I mean, I don't know. It's just
You have so much. You can do so much with a stout, and I don't know.
There's barrel aged, there's imperial, there's. You
I
can
mean,
put it on-
clearly I'm not drinking an Imperial 11% in the
God.
summer, but
So
You're drinking syrup.
I would love to try if you guys would be up for it. I know it's like illegal in like 12 states. I'm pretty sure Kentucky's not one of them.
oh,
Have y'all had,
a state where it's illegal?
Oh yeah, that makes
Have y'all had Sam Adams Utopia?
No, I've seen it before.
Always want to try
I
it.
saw it like last week. It was in I don't know if it was Hamburg or if it was
Hamburg.
And Total Wine?
So they make
have
it
to sell
once a
like
year. Or sorry, they release it once a year.
So it's
like
one bottle?
21% ABV
Yeah, it's like
or something. And it's a
I think
beer.
it's 21 to 25%.
It comes in like it used to. I think it's brass. It's like a brass.
Yeah, it looks like that rainbow finish.
Yeah.
Where it has all the different colors.
It's
but it's
beautiful.
like a sculpted
And
bottle.
Now I want to see it. I want to try it.
It's very expensive. Apparently, it's very sweet.
Yeah,
I would love to try it.
I've never tried it, but I saw it in a picture that someone posted what the allocation was.
What's it called?
Utopia.
Utopia.
Sam Adams Utopia.
It's he's been making. I think that company's been making it for like 15 years, but it's tough to sell because it's such a high proof beer.
There it looks like.
Now, have you tried?
Oh, that is so
Double barrel
sweet.
shotgun?
I saw. Yeah,
That is
That's what it looks
sweet.
like.
that caraffe's worth it just to have it.
It's,
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
So 2025.
Whoa, it says $400.
Yeah,
That's
I will not be
aftermarket.
having
Oh, that's aftermarket.
that's having an
That's
entire
aftermarket.
barrel of beer that has gone down to just that. And that's all that's left.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, that's you
Yeah.
got to make your money.
So
on that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do the like going to the actual brewery in Boston because they release it there apparently, and
I'd love to do that.
well, no, but you can get in line. It's like the same people that go to Buffalo Trace to go get,
Yeah.
you know, E.H. Taylor. Like, oh, it's
I would
$60
love-
or something, or
I
however
would
much it
love to
is.
go.
Yeah.
Versus aftermarket's $400.
Yeah,
We'll
you
go up
go
there.
find it there for like
I can
$2.
see that. What was the
Yeah, I think it's like $200.
volume on that?
20. What'd you say it was? 20.
20 ounces for
ABV was.
400?
I don't know how many ounces it is.
The ABV was.
No, I'm talking about how many ounces.
Oh.
Let's see.
What am I getting for $400?
But I would
know,
love.
like, how much per ounce am I
So we could go to Boston, do that. We watch the Bruins and the Predators.
There you go.
And we watch the Celtics and the Pistons. I'm down. That's a
24
weekend.
and a half ounces.
But I mean, you're also
expensive beer.
like, you're pouring it out into a shot glass. This is
It's
not
not something
a 10
you would-
ouncer. That
Yeah.
is a no. You gotta treat it like liquor. at that
This
point.
might be a trip that
I was one of those Sam Adams guys. I collected every Sam Adams beer except for Boston Lager. I never really cared for Boston Lager,
I
but
like their Boston Ale.
the
The
cherry,
Boston Ale.
the cherry wheat. I used to actually cook with that. I love cherry
I
wheat.
wanted to try that.
It's so good. One and you're done because it's just too sweet.
And I like the Fezzy Wig.
What about the winter ale? The winter ale?
I love the
So
winter
I've
ale.
had winter ale already once this year. It's very citrusy. I think it's a bit too citrusy for me. I love a good Guinness in winter. I think Guinness is good year. So whenever y'all, because Erica talked about doing the podcast at my house, because I think I got
Bourbons.
now 80 bottles of bourbon at the house, and I used to make whiskey. And I always keep Guinness and Blue Moon at the house at all times. So, but I always keep different things over there. But I got whiskey from France, Scotland, Ireland, Colorado. The worst whiskey I have is from Colorado. It was so bad I bought a bottle.
Where's your best whiskey from? What do you think the best
France.
whiskey is made?
France. My best whiskey was from France. It was a single malt. My wife and I were in Bordeaux. We were doing a wine tour. We were currently living in Scotland, and we went over for a long weekend, and we didn't bring anything but our backpacks. And we did a wine tour, and afterwards we finished it in this wine bar, and I'm not much of a wine guy. I never really have been. And I see all the whiskeys on the wall. I find a guy who speaks English. I'm like, listen, what's your best whiskey? He goes, well, this guy's local. He takes a single malt whiskey, ages it in a Sauvignon Blanc barrel. So I end up getting in touch with this guy. After I get home, I email him. I have to do Google Translate French and all everything. And I was like, how many of your barrels actually make it? He goes, 1 out of 5 fails. Whoa! Holy crap! I was like, so he goes, Sauvignon Blanc barrels because it's a white wine. The whiskeys get put in, and if we don't put it in at just the right time, they'll go sour, and all that whiskey's ruined. And I loved it so much, I bought a bottle. I had to buy a suitcase in France and ship it back to Scotland, and I still have it on the shelf.
Nice.
And it's my favorite whiskey because it's a single malt. I love single malts, and it tastes like a regular single malt, but after you finish, you taste Sauvignon Blanc grapes on your lips.
Oh, wow.
It is phenomenal.
Okay.
So we have tried to... I'm not going to say perfect it, because it's really hard to perfect that, but we have tried to mirror it, couldn't do it. So, yeah.
You can't change it.
But I have favorite single malts. There's one I picked up in northern Scotland where they age the barrels on they put a pier, they age the barrels on the end of the pier so salt water hits them, and I swear to God it tastes like candy apples. It's phenomenal. I've had those, I've had bourbons, but the worst whiskey I have, I'm not going to say the name, is from Colorado. It's 100% rye, which I have tried to do 100% rye and I've never been successful. You gotta have, the reason is rye doesn't have enough enzymes in it. And whenever you're making rye whiskey, you gotta have something, enzymes to break down the grain. That's why so many people use malt. And corn has a little bit of enzymes, but malt is the best thing. 100% rye is almost impossible to make. And this company made 100% rye, and I bought a bottle. He's like, so you liked it? I was like, nope, worst whiskey I've ever had in my life. I was like, why'd you buy it? I was like, because it's the worst whiskey I've ever had in my life.
So you gotta have the best, you gotta have the worst.
So anytime I got people coming over that I don't want to stay long, there you go.
Try this.
Terrible.
It's phenomenal.
It's absolutely terrible.
Gator, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you. Tell Gravy, congratulations.
Nice meeting you, bud.
Thank you again.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Gator, they were, him and his wife, Gravy, they were guests on a few episodes, and we immediately were like, did you get your nickname from Nice Guy? You're like, Gator, don't play.
Oh, I gotta bring up y'all's podcast. I was going through another building at work. I'm not gonna say the building number. We have a lot of stuff going in and out of our building, and I've had to go to different buildings to try to figure out where it goes. And I walk past this person's office, and I stop dead in my tracks. I was like, wait a minute. And I back up, and I see y'all's koozie on this little cubicle. I'm like, holy shit.
Nice.
Person was not there. I was wanting to talk, but I was doing 100 things at a time. So I was like, oh my god. So
we'll have to discuss that off the air.
I end up making contact with a person. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, I met Eric a while back, and he's like, I try to catch every episode. I'm like, holy crap.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, there you go. So, my foreign exchange student says she is still down to do it. She's under the weather right now. Not really feeling great. So
Mia,
she is not used to this cold of weather that we've had. This past weekend was rough. Oh my god.
Where's she from?
She's from Slovakia. The low was 2 degrees that day. 2. And she was.
Slovakia might have cool temperatures.
They are a mountain country, but they don't have any humidity. So we have that, and she's not used to that. So so she got here in August, and I told her, she's like, wow, this heat is intense. I said, it's hot, wait till winter. She goes, oh, is it not there? I was like, no, it makes it worse. So, but yeah, she's a little bit under the weather right now. So, but she is all down for doing the podcast. So she's got finals this week. She's made all A's.
Nice.
So very, very proud of her.
Well, now when will she go back?
June. We are taking her back to Slovakia. So we'll be going to Slovakia.
So you're flying her over.
I've already made sure she already has the t-shirt that y'all gave her. She said when she gets to Slovakia, her parents work in this really old historic district. A lot of people don't know that. I'm going to probably butcher the name. Nosferatu, the vampire movie,
Nosferatu
was filmed in Slovakia.
Oh!
And Slovakia is very much a vampire country. A lot of people don't realize that.
Whoa!
So her parents own this little. Actually, I may have to bring them next time. They make waffles. They're more like wafers here, but they're like waffles. And yeah, and I will actually bring one next time. And she said she'll wear the shirt and take a picture in Slovakia.
Yeah, nice.
So if you guys have like a brewery boy,
yeah.
I gotta be careful because she is under the age of 21. So I may have her dad wear the shirt or something. But if you guys have like a Brewery Boys T-shirt by then, I'll wear it. So
Absolutely.
But her parents have asked me to bring over a bottle of bourbon whenever I visit.
Okay. So are you gonna give them like, I know your favorite is the Bardstown. Are you gonna go that route?
No. So they want
to give them the Colorado.
The what?
The Colorado.
Oh no. Her parents are actually really sweet. So her father doesn't drink. Her mother does every now and then. They want something that I've made or that I've actually participated in. So my favorite thing we made at Woodford was the Sonoma Fast, the Sonoma cask finish. It's a 3-barrel whiskey that we made. Next time I know I'm coming, I'll make sure I'll bring a bunch of shit. And we can try it. It is out of this world. My favorite thing Woodford ever made. So it is phenomenal. I have a bottle at home, but I'll bring that to them so they can try. She's gonna have to translate because her parents speak no English.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that's
After this one goes back, are you gonna pick up another one?
I'll be honest with you. I was never really wanting a foreign exchange student. I was completely against it. But my wife was like, listen, you got to study overseas. We have this, third bedroom. We need to use it. Let's bring a student over. And I was so against it. And then we got the video from Mia. And I looked at my wife. She's in tears. I'm like, all right, so she's coming over.
Can't say no now.
There you go. And she has been a blessing. We love her to death. She's so sweet. I don't have to tell her a thing. She does everything. She cooks a meal a week. She cleans her room. She cleans the house. She's made all A's. She's top 10% of her class. Like, I don't have to do anything with her. And we're trying to get her to come back her senior year. Her parents would love it. It's up to the state if they'll actually allow it.
So let's say the state does allow it.
Her parents will be all on board.
And will they come back to you?
She will only come back if she gets to stay with us. And against my better judgment, I do respect the SEC. She does want to go to UK. So I'm more of a South Carolina guy, but I do love UK. My grandmother is a huge UK fan, so I do respect y'all. Y'all got a phenomenal basketball team, and y'all got a great school. So, yeah.
Well, you ain't gotta say y'all to me. I'm a North Carolina fan.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, now we're not friends anymore. Ohio State, I mean...
Yeah, we're not even gonna touch that.
I'm not gonna touch that. You
should have wanted a good education.
Oh my God. Do not get me started on Ohio State, alright? Y'all play 2 good schools. That's it.
There we go.
And you know what? I know you guys are loving the Michigan news right now. You guys
he's all over it.
I
He's
know.
all over it.
I knew it.
So one of the guys I work with, our receiver, in our building, huge Michigan fan. Wears Southern Michigan every day.
That's what I was thinking.
And the day that news got released, he's wearing Michigan. And we have our Monday morning meeting every morning. We'll meet up, we'll discuss what's going on that week, the things we need to look out for. He's a phenomenal guy. and somebody just happened to mention it. Hey, what do you think of this? He didn't say that. He turned around and walked away. And I was like, and one of the guys in the next me over is a huge Ohio State fan. And those guys were going at it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, listen, I'm not going to put my 2 cents in here because I'm SEC, you know? I mean, but a Wolverine would destroy a Buckeye. I'm just saying.
You can't break a nut, man. You can't break a nut.
A worthless.
Oh, worthless. Don't get me wrong. Y'all are a great football school, but we don't need any more schools in the SEC, all right? We got Texas, which isn't even in the southeastern area.
So this is the SEC fan kind of talking about. Texas came in, he was probably thinking, Texas doesn't belong there. Texas is no good. Texas can't handle the SEC. They're not really.
Oh, no. I was worried about Texas A&M. So I was being stationed at Fort Hood when Texas A&M joined the SEC. And we drove the 3 hours to Texas A&M to go see the school, even though we knew we were going to lose that game. South Carolina got destroyed. And it was the nicest football game I've ever been to. We got invited to like 5 barbecues afterwards. Everybody was so sweet. And then somebody that was with us, they're like, they kept making weird faces. I'm like, what? They're like, they have all male cheerleaders. So I was like, yeah, I don't really get it.
Any weird shit like something weird fucking day.
Yeah, it's something to do with the 12th man. I can't remember the story behind it, but yeah, I don't really get why they're. I mean,
But when Texas came in, what were you thinking? You were thinking they weren't good enough.
no. At the end of the day, it's all the same thing. Money. SEC brings in more money than any other conference. I mean, you look at it. I don't really. I mean.
Oh, but let me talk about this real quick while you're a South Carolina fan.
Yeah.
How did you blow that fucking game?
Which one? Oh man.
Up by
30 to nothing, and they.
All in the third quarter too. It was the third quarter.
I know.
Gave up everything. Boom, boom.
Here's the thing. Every South Carolina fan will admit it's a love-hate relationship. All right, you love South Carolina, but
hate them at the same time.
You know it's gonna suck by the end of the season. But love is love. You know, I love South Carolina. I love the school. I think Coach Beamer's doing a great job. I think he's got a long way to go with choosing coaches. We should not have won that game. We were terrible at that game. There's a lot of games we did not do well at, especially because Netflix did a documentary on us, and we're like, great, we got a great year, and we lost to We lost to Vanderbilt. So we ended up being a phenomenal team this year, you know. So we're like, what is going on? And so yeah, I mean, we know every year. Don't hope for much. That's the way it
All
is.
coach was there. What do you think you were happy?
Which one?
Spurrier.
Oh, Spurrier, yeah. We've had Spurrier, we've had Lou Holtz, we've had Muschamp, we've had. I mean, I think Beamer has. So far, I think Beamer has the most heart. I think he has a long way to go still.
Well, obviously, we got 30 to nothing.
I mean, you know.
It wasn't like the second half. It was the third quarter. You were down.
I know. And
That 15 minutes went.
I know.
The game went to shit.
You know, I will say, I was happy last year. We got a freshman quarterback, Sellers, phenomenal quarterback. I think this year, he did the right decision firing their offensive coordinator because Sellers had that whole game on his back. He runs, he throws, he does everything that a quarterback should do. But he was getting beat to hell. He was getting tackled left and right. So I think we have a ways to go. I will say this, just to switch gears. I do think I'm very excited about UK football because I think y'all chose a good coach. Here's the thing.
You are.
We are in the state of Kentucky, all right? UK chose a good coach just because he's a quarterback coach. And you look at all who he has coached. You got Bo Nix. You know, I'm a Broncos fan. I know that's crazy being from South Carolina, but my first NFL game was a Broncos game. So I do love the Broncos. I was living in Denver at the time. And Plus, you can't be a Panthers fan because being a South Carolina fan and a Panthers fan, you would kill yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I did say that when Bo Nix got drafted by the Broncos with Sean Payton,
yeah.
I said perfect fit. That guy, he is going to be the crown jewel of that draft.
See, I would say the Broncos have always been a defensive team.
Yep.
And when we got on, what was his name? Tell me his name out. Quarterback. They did the whole. No, not Tebow. Starts with an F. What am I thinking of? No. Anyway, we got because Peyton won. Oh, let's bring all these veteran quarterbacks. And it's like, no, you're going to pay him a ton. Flacco, thank you.
Yeah.
You're going to pay him a ton. You're going to pay him a ton of money, and they're going to get hurt a lot more often. And every other team out there was doing these, brand new quarterbacks and having them train everything. And Flacco didn't really do great with the Broncos. So we finally took a new route. We got Bo Nix, and we didn't have to pay him near as much, so we could focus on our defense, which is what we needed to do.
Yeah.
And we finally got our defense back up to where we needed it to be. So I'm glad we beat the Raiders. Can't stand the Raiders. So, and now we're leading the league. I just wish South Carolina could, take some notes here. But no.
Yeah, Kentucky with the coach, a good coach. He's bringing a lot of coaches in. So he must be spending some money on coaching. Obviously, players they bring in.
I'm just so glad Kentucky did not do a lifetime contract like they do with everybody. It's like, stop doing that.
Give him the first year.
Yes.
Wins 9
It's
games
like,
first year,
stop doing that. Like, they gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, I'm excited. I know, just like any new coach, your first couple of years are going to be rough because you're trying to learn your team, learn your coaches, everything.
But we're in a day and age now where it doesn't have to be as rough because you're buying players now.
Yeah, it's true.
You can bring in players now.
A lot of people ask me what I think about that because, all these people are doing endorsements, Nike and Adidas and, Fitband, all these different companies, and it's like, I can see why, but I can also see against it. So, I don't know. I do respect the players who get offers but prefer to stay with their own teams. Like Sellers got a huge offer from another school and turned it down because he wanted to stay with South Carolina. So,
NIL?
Well, because, and see, the thing is, it's like, they're not going to work as hard. So, like, I'm making money this way, and, it's like, I'm making $8 million a year already, so.
Yeah, you can trade, look at everybody else, UK fans with the basketball team. We're paying $22 million for this? It's like, okay, there's
With UK basketball, you've got that guy making all the money.
Yeah, and
see, I get why you don't like it though because of loyalty. Because at the end of the year, they can say, hey, I'm getting an offer from West Virginia for this much. You guys only pay me this much. Pay me this or I'm going to go away. Versus before that wouldn't happen.
It's like,
if we're going to make it a business, make it a business. There's contracts involved.
Yeah.
I don't think that the school should pay. I think it's okay for them to get endorsements from Nike and all these other places. I don't think that the school should pay.
I agree.
The schools aren't paying per se. It's boosters and shit.
Like you're saying, they need to get back to playing for the name on the jersey, not the name on the back of the jersey.
It should be, hey, I'm going to go to this school. Okay, we're paying you. You're going to stay here at least 2 to 3 years. You're not leaving next year. You're not going to hit the portal in the middle of the season.
I think it was Chad Pennington said.
Or guess what? You're paying the money back.
Yeah.
I think that kid just went to the bathroom with Chad Pennington, so.
Yeah, what?
Chad Pennington.
He should have been the
He's coaching the football team at Sayre. I think that was his son that went to the.
I would like him to see him as the coach.
That would have been, I would have thought that would have been interesting. I mean, he had a decent pro career, Chad did, and look what he's done at Sayre.
Great.
I mean,
Last couple years, phenomenal.
yeah, they hadn't had football for what, since the 60s? It was a long time, and then like last year or 2 years ago was their first year back. He's the coach. They won state last year. I don't know what they did this year, but
Now there was a rumor, speaking of all this, I think I heard from about the 10 minutes, I want to take this what it is, that in the contract for Stein was if Oregon wins, he's going to stay at Oregon. I'll have to look that up, but
I don't think.
that sounds like
I mean,
something Mitch Barnhart
here's the
would go
thing.
for anyways.
You look at that, he's only getting paid like what, just over $1 million in Oregon versus a lot more. in Kentucky. I mean, that'd be a. Plus, I do like the fact that they brought in the history of him going to UK games when he was a kid. I mean, he's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, and he went to Louisville, which is UK's right, I'm going to say ours.
Yeah,
You know,
and then and then of course we know how creepy UK fans are when they heard he was getting. They like found out where the bakery was and they started ordering all these.
Have you ever seen what's the movie with Michael?
Oh, Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
Ever seen that movie?
It was an older '80s.
Basically, it's like everybody's recruiting him. He's a star football player. Everybody's recruiting him. So his grandpa makes fishing lures. And the big school from Texas or whatever puts an order in for 1 million fishing lures. They're all happy, but then he doesn't go there so they cancel the order.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about the bakery thing. Like, he's coming here, it's great. It's all by the bakery. He loses the game. Fuck the bakery.
Yeah.
The bakery.
Right. Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
Back it off, man.
Yeah. And I don't know if their bakery's here or if it's in Louisville.
See where they're from.
Yeah. But
It's like, that's creepy. It's like, all right.
well, it's just like when they heard Scott Drew might be the coach, and that the couple fans called up the diner where Scott Drew was having lunch to talk to him to try to influence him to come here. It's like, if anything, that's going to turn me off of going there. It's true. So
They're going to bring in some players besides coaches, so we'll see what he does.
yeah.
So, what'd you think of the beer? Obviously, you liked it.
It was very, it was a nice, the mango. I could have done a little more mango, but it's a little heavy on the sugar. But overall,
I give it a 3, 3.5.
I think I'll put it down at 4. So yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, are there other ciders out there? Yeah, but yeah, if it's if it's here, okay, sure. Yeah. What are you drinking?
I've had IPA. This is the Drifter. Yep.
What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. For some reason, I've been in IPAs the last few months. I don't know why. Maybe because it gets you drunk faster. I tell you, my new position. Oh my God. I've been drinking a lot more.
Stressful.
So it is completely stressful.
I'm gonna get you a 12-pack of the Mad Tree Scene colors. They've got all their different varieties of the scene colors. They've got the hazy.
My wife's gonna love you.
Not to drink all at once, but you know. So
no, I've been trying so many IPAs. I just haven't been in lagers recently. I don't know why. Like, I used to do lagers and porters and stouts, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just need something with high ABV at this point because I have a rule. I don't drink whiskey at my house unless there's someone there with me to drink because I love it too much. So it's like beer, I can have 1 or 2 and I'm done. So that's why I'm very excited for y'all to come over. But yeah, I mean, this was good. I don't know what the ABV is. It's not my favorite IPA. It's decent. I will say that one I took a picture of. I sent it to you.
the truth. Yeah. Ryan Guy's Truth.
Let me see. It was a really hot. I remember you were like, "Where in the world did you find that?" And our Kroger sells it at all
What
times.
is that one?
This was the Drifter.
That's a 7.
Here we go.
7. Okay.
No, here it is.
Oh no, yeah.
So this was the West 6 Brewing Daylight Double IPA.
Yeah.
So that one was phenomenal. That's probably my favorite IPA so far that I've had.
Wow.
It is so good. And it is up there though. It's quite high ABV, but really good.
The
Okay.
double barrel shotgun is 10.
Yeah, the double barrel shotgun. They're tapped that, and no, it's a porter. So, but shotgun wedding is not my favorite porter. So I can only imagine the double barrel is going to be like way up there. So I'm really not.
Opposite here. I don't need the high ABV. I want to drink it free, relax. I want to get drunk.
I don't do it to get drunk per se. It's just like I want to feel a good buzz. But like I usually drink for IPAs. I always have IPAs in the house as well. I'll either have an IPA or a Guinness. I'll have maybe 3 a week, and it's usually 3 days a week. Sometimes I'll have a beer. But like whiskeys, I'm very particular about my whiskeys. There are some that I know I'm going to have in winter that I'm going to hate in the summer, and vice versa. So, but yeah, I mean, I think whenever y'all come over, you definitely need a DD because we're going to have like over 80 different types of whiskey. Maybe not all at once, obviously, but
we'll bring our sleeping bags.
I got 3 dogs. Hope you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, I got 4.
So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm good with that.
I'm not a super whiskey, but I do like whiskey.
What's your favorite go-to?
Nothing wrong. I'm not enough drinker to have a go-to really.
So I would say if somebody puts it in front of me, I'm gonna it's gonna be benchmark because that's what I chose in the blind taste test. So that'll be.
Like I can say I've never been out somewhere and actually ordered.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
I mean, for me, it comes down to taste and price. I'm not gonna like everybody I've ever known has had Johnny Walker Blue Label. Says it's not worth the price. You know, it's the same people that say Pappy's not worth the price. You know, it's like I've never had Pappy. I'm not gonna pay that much money for a bottle of whiskey. The most I pay for a bottle of whiskey is maybe 100 to 150, somewhere in there. I'm not gonna pay that much more for it. So. Like same thing with single malts. I like a 10 to 12-year-old single malt. 15, you're getting a bit too oaky. Anything over 15, you're just drinking oak at that point.
So I think I'm with on the price thing. It's like all through my life as high school kids, that was always
Jim Beam.
Cheap beer. I'm like, I can't afford like going to a bar. I can't afford to. Back in the day, I couldn't afford to buy a fucking $10 whiskey.
PBR. It was PBR.
$2 beer and have a few of those and be like. So that's why I never delved into whiskey as hard.
So when I did my interview at Woodford Reserve, they asked me. They said, "What's your go-to whiskey?" I said, 1792 or Maker's Mark. They're like, "Not Woodford Reserve." I said, "I couldn't afford Woodford Reserve when I was a kid." I was like, I had to go to with what I could afford. And to this day, don't get me wrong, I like Woodford, but I still like 1792 a little bit more. It's just the way it is. But now you start getting into our double-double and Sonoma Finish and our rye. Oh, Woodford rye I love our rye. But we do a triple distilled rye, and that's almost unheard of in this world, and it just makes it phenomenal. I mean, well, I'll tell you this, it'll be cheaper to get the bottle from Kroger than the actual distillery. So a lot of people don't realize that. We're kind of opposite of Buffalo Trace. I don't mind Eagle Rare. I would say if I'm going to go to Buffalo Trace and I see everything available, E.H. Taylor, Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, Eagle Rare. It's nothing against Eagle Rare. I think it's a good whiskey. It's just, I don't think it's worth the money, per se. Buffalo Trace, like, it blows my mind every time I go home to South Carolina. My wife's family's from the upstate, and that's where we spend a lot of our time, because all of my family's moved all over. And I'll go to the local liquor store and I'll see Buffalo Trace there for just regular Buffalo Trace for $70, $80 a bottle. I'm like, it's $25, $35 a Buffalo Trace. It's like, why? I mean, it's Buffalo Trace. It's not like they're running low. You can go to the distillery and buy as many as you want. But like, I don't know. I think it's a good whiskey for the price. And what's funny is overseas, they sell it for the equivalent of $30. Wow. So, yeah.
Okay.
No.
So we've reached 100 on the Notch Club.
Very impressed.
That was I'm impressed too. It took me a long time.
How long did that take you?
It took me over a year. Steve and I came down. Yeah.
Summer.
Nah. Steve and I came down.
Oh, so you started.
Yeah, see, I started with a Mad Tree Tap Takeover last year. And then that was the same night, Mad Tree, Triple Jam Mad Tree.
I started this summer.
Yeah, so then that was, April 7th of this year is the first 12 were from 2024 down into 2025, March, and there's April 7th. It's number 14. No.
Have you ever been to a place called the Flying Saucer?
No.
It's very popular in the southeast. It usually has over 100 taps.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's one in Charlotte now. So I assume everybody here's been to church at least one time in their life.
Yeah.
So when you go to church, you have an offering plate.
Yep.
Well, if you go to the Flying Saucer, you have a card that you can purchase. It's like $5 or however. It was for me back in like 20. So
Yeah.
and every time you purchase a beer, you swipe your card, and it adds it kind of like this. It adds it to your list.
Okay.
And after you get your 100th beer, they give you what looks like an offering plate, and they nail it to the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
And it has your name on it, and you go from a certain level all the way up to like 500th beer or something like that.
Wow.
And there's beers from all over the world, not just on tap, because that's just 100 beers on tap. They still have bottles. So you can try beers from all over the place.
So it sounds like we used to have, well, it's still here, but Marika's was a German bar on Southwood Drive.
You mentioned that place before, yeah.
So they used to have a thing where you drank 100 beers, you got your name on a ceiling tile.
Yeah.
And vice versa, all 200, 300, 400, all the way up. But yeah, so it seems like that's a pretty cool idea. It seems like everybody's getting to these clubs where.
So that's what it looks like.
Holy cow!
And you put your name on it, and
That's pretty. Yeah.
so I'm not sure if they can see that.
That's pretty nice.
That's Flying Saucer.
Flying saucer. So that, yeah, but it seems like that's what's happening. A lot of these places are coming up with little clubs to join, and stuff like that. To, I guess help sustain business or whatever. So.
But a big difference for them is that they do serve food as well. So they'll have like big parties where you can join, like you'll have flights and everything. So yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah,
That is
good.
nice. All right, well, so we have had a very eventful evening. Gator and Gravy drank their 300th and 400th beer, I believe is what he said. 400th maybe? I thought they said 300, but anyway. I drank my 100th. Boom. Shakalaga. Got my night shirt.
There you go.
60th.
You gonna wear that to work tomorrow? You should, man.
I probably will.
I'll come and see y'all tomorrow.
Let's see what she said the notcher name was Sir
Eric. What is it?
the Inquitius.
Wow.
Quickest, like nobody knows what that means.
You know how to quit.
How do you spell it?
It's like, sounds good. Sounds
Yeah, it
cool.
sounds
What?
cool.
I need
Sounds Harry
to.
Potter-ish.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to make my way up to your building and go and see y'all. 'Cause I
Yeah,
haven't
come
seen
on
y'all
up.
in a minute.
Come on up. So, Ben Brooks is the man. This guy, I love this man to death. The bourbon, the beer talk. We'll IM each other back all through the day. Yeah, just this. I can't. He wrote me. I think I told this on another episode, but he wrote me the glowingest letter. He was leaving to take another position, and he wrote me this letter. I still have it today. I keep that letter because I mean it's. And I mean it was I mean basically he was saying, "You're my boy, Blue.
That's
You're
right.
my boy."
I mean, might as well death at the end, but yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So you always are welcome on this podcast. You have an open seat, open invitation whenever you want to come out.
Knowledge.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, you're invited. We'll get down to the household.
Hey,
we'll do a.
y'all are welcome. Like I said, I mean, I got a couch. I have an entire whiskey room.
There we go.
So you guys are welcome.
Sleeping bags. We'll bring.
I mean, my wife can probably drive y'all home wherever y'all need to go in case y'all need to go home. But yeah, and Mia, and Mia,
whiskeys from somebody who knows it.
yeah, Mia cannot wait to do the podcast. She's super excited. So
I want to have her on because I really want to know, like, I mean, her experiences being from Slovakia, the different culture, the different just what was it like coming in and experiencing the American lifestyle?
I will say this.
And us, the great, sending her with a Mad Tree T-shirt.
I don't mean to speak for her, but I can tell you right now, she said she loves America, loves it. We've taken her from Chicago to New York City to Nashville. Well, actually, we haven't been to Nashville yet. We have driven through Nashville, but we haven't actually gone down Nashville.
Yeah, you all spent Thanksgiving in New York City.
We did. We went to New York City. She got to see Times Square. She got to see Empire State Building, everything, and she loves America. So she adores Kentucky.
Cool. Good deal.
She's not a huge fan of Ohio. Can't blame her. So I'm just kidding. She's only ever been to Cincinnati. She's like, wow, this mall is huge compared to Kentucky. I was like, well, it's Cincinnati. So yeah. But thank y'all for having me.
No problem. Anytime, like I said, open invitation, open seat. Whenever you're I always tell you where we're going to be. So if you're ever able to make it, me and the wife, they're welcome as well. So, but yeah, dude, every time you come in spouting the knowledge, I love the bourbon talk. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get you to meet Sean, because
I'm very, very impressed.
I heard first meeting him, everybody's like, he used to be the head brewer at Pivot. Don't mention that. I'm like, oh, okay, because he was still when it closed. So when we were here for, actually, it was my buddy Andrew Horn. He was his saint day. He drank his 1000th beer, became a saint, and you get to, plan a whole day.
Wow.
Sean actually had the news that he was getting the job with the Burl.
Awesome.
So it was one of those things where it was you just saw it.
Yeah.
And then he was so happy because he was going through his notes and he still had all of his old recipes.
I cannot wait to try the beer.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna talk to him before we leave tonight.
I have so much respect for guys that make beer because it's a completely different process than making whiskey. I mean, it seems, and I'll be first to admit it, it's very complicated. There's no doubt about it. I just always been a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very impressed.
He was talking about the first craft beer he ever had was, of course, he was in college in 04, so it was the West 6th IPA.
Okay.
And he said that's what got him in. Of course, he's a he's got a chemistry background. So he said that's what got him into trying to trying to replicate that. So that's what got him into doing his own beer. So,
well, we'll have to set up a date probably sometime in January or February for y'all to come over. And he's obviously welcome if he wants to come over. And
I'll mention it to him and everything. And
we'll have some whiskeys that we made overseas. Cool. If you want to try those, I'll have you try the whiskey from France. And
heck yeah!
Terrible rye.
Terrible rye from Colorado.
We want to try the best and end the worst.
Right. We'll end the note on the worst. End the night on the worst. All right, man. Good to see you, man.
Meet you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Love it, buddy. All right, well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and cut this episode down. The dance party apparently is getting ready to go.
It's getting wild.
Yeah, it's getting wild.
So, it's a busy night tonight.
It is, yeah. Everybody came to see Sean.
Everybody's celebrating their record beers.
Yeah, so anyway, that being said, Ben, always good to see you, man.
You, sir.
And we will cut this one off.